But first, we are navigating the do's and don'ts of workplace etiquette. We're going to share some tips on how to keep things professional and positive at the office. It's all ahead. San Antonio Living starts now.
San Antonio Living starts right now.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to San Antonio Living. I'm Shelly Miles. Business etiquette is sometimes unspoken, but most people will agree that there are some basic rules to follow in the workplace. Our etiquette expert, Diane Gottsman, is here to help. It's good to see you.
Good
Thanks
to
for coming
see
in.
you.
Yeah, so we should mention, you do this for a living. I know you travel to various companies, give people updates on how to act in the office. I mean, it's a thing, right? We got to talk about it.
It's about building relationships,
Yes.
body language, communication. Pet peeves, you know, what we should and should not do.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're spending a lot of time in the office these days, so we want to make sure that we're doing it the right way. So, number one, loud talkers.
Okay.
That's a problem, right?
It's a problem because we don't know that we're loud talkers sometimes.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, people walk around angry, and just instead of saying to that person, you know, your volume is a little high, and when I'm on the phone, I can hear you 3 cubicles away.
Makes sense.
Would you mind lowering your voice?
Okay.
You know, if you're polite and kind and you have a relationship with them, that's the way to do it. So, you know, gum chewers, smackers, loud laughers. Okay, that's
Loud
a different
laughers,
story.
yeah.
You know, they think that, you know, they bellow and, okay, you know, yes, it is a pet peeve.
Exactly, it is. So tone it down a little bit. Know that there are other people around you. What if you're answering the phone in a communal space? Should you answer the phone there, or should you take the phone call somewhere else?
If it's your cell phone and you're answering it with multiple people around, you can answer it because it just might be something you can answer or address right away.
Okay.
But if you're going to have a lengthy conversation on speaker, loud talker, don't do it. You know, that's when you step away, because that's the confidentiality code. You know, you're talking to someone else and they may not even know they're being listened to.
Okay, another important tip is share equipment and space respectfully.
Yes, so that's the printer hogs. You know, you have all of these things that you're printing and someone is waiting for one sheet of paper. So if you know that you have a big project, you're going to say to the whole staff, you know, the whole office, listen, when do I have, you know, 15 minutes, 10 minutes of time to do this? And everybody will know to get their things printed and taken care of. And, you know, something else about printers, because this is big. I hear this a lot about, you know, the water coolers and the printers.
Yes.
Don't hang around and block people's, you know, productivity. If you want to chat, go someplace else. But if you have something on a printer, if somebody has something on the printer, don't take it off, put it someplace else so your things can start to get done. If you want to take it off, put it someplace that's safe. It's not going to get lost.
Okay, good to know. That brings up a question about the microwave. If someone has something in the microwave and they've walked away, do I leave it in there, or can I take it out and put mine in?
And you're waiting, and you have a few minutes for lunch. I think you can take it out.
Okay, wanted to know.
Because they shouldn't have
Hope
walked
that
away.
clears that up for us,
but no
right?
fish. No fish.
No
in the
fish at
microwave.
work. That is a no-no. Let's talk about meetings, because a lot of times meetings go on and on and on. So what are some tips to hold a successful, concise meeting?
Okay, first of all, do you need a meeting, or could it be taken care of with a call?
Okay.
So that's the first question you ask yourself.
Okay.
Because some people just like to hear themselves talk, let's face it. You know, so do you need that meeting? If you are going to have a meeting, on time, start on time, end on time, and stick to an agenda. Somebody told me this week, oh, I never use an agenda. Well, that's not a good thing.
Have a plan.
Yes, you have a plan and you stick to the plan. So if you take me someplace off that agenda, and now we're going to talk about a whole different topic that doesn't involve everybody else, do it at another time.
Okay.
And if you're virtual, turn on your camera so we can see you, because we know what you're doing. You're not even there half the time. We know.
Absolutely. Lots has changed, right? Clean up your mess. Keep your workspace clean.
So if you have a cup of coffee and you rinse off your coffee cup, don't leave it on the side of the sink. Wash it and put it away.
Okay.
If you have trash, make sure the trash goes into the can and not, you know, you didn't toss it and miss it. So it's just about keeping your your area tidy, your office tidy, kitchen tidy, bathroom tidy.
Okay.
When you wash your hands at the sink, make sure it's wiped it down.
Yes. All right, let's talk about the office temperature. That is always a topic of conversation. You can never change it. No one is ever happy. So what do we need to know about that?
Layers, layers upon layers, so you can take the. This is me. I am always hot in that office because I feel like it's too hot. So just take off your, peel off a layer. Make sure there's enough layers that you're not in your cami.
Okay.
Because that's an underwear.
Just plan ahead.
Plan ahead.
We can't change the temperature, so you just have to figure out how to deal with it. Emails. We need to return our emails and our phone calls in a timely manner.
Yes, which means 24 hours. So it's a business workday. But if you know this person and you know 24 hours is too long, you want to do it. Try and do it within the same workday. And if you don't have an answer for this person, respond back and say, I received your email. I'm working on it. I'll get back with you, or I'll get back with you tomorrow afternoon.
Can I put smiley faces in my emails?
Oh, that's a good question. If you and I, I'm always sending, we're sending emojis.
Smiley face.
But if you don't know that person, it may not translate.
Okay.
Or if you put a smiley face, they might see like a skeleton. They might see something different.
Be something else.
Because the technology doesn't translate.
Okay.
So you know your audience.
Okay, good to know. I'm still sending smiley faces for the most part. Be aware of various smells in the office.
Yes. So when someone walks in the office, and if they say to you, oh my gosh, what is that cologne you're wearing? It's too strong.
Okay.
It's too.
If we're bringing it up, it's too much.
Okay. Yes. So you can wear something, but keep it subtle. Keep your lotions on your desk subtle. Because you can even smell that, and it might trigger somebody. It might be a bad memory. It might be a scent that gives them a headache.
Okay.
And that also goes for foods.
Okay.
We talk about fish, but there's some foods that broccoli. You might be on this great health kick, but no broccoli in the microwave.
Only raw, yes. Okay. And then finally, office gossip. It's an issue.
It's an issue, and you just have to remember, if they're talking about someone else, they're talking about you.
How do you get out of that?
You say, I'm really uncomfortable with this conversation.
Okay.
It's hard for you to say.
Okay.
But somebody has to take the lead, and I'd rather say, I'm not comfortable talking about Sarah when she's really not here to tell her side of the story. I feel like this is not appropriate, So you have to say it, because that shows character on your part, and it also tells you something about that other person.
Yeah.
When they say, I haven't, and this is just in general, friendship, office, anywhere. When they say, I'm going to tell you something, I haven't told another soul. Not true.
Okay, good to know. Well, there's your refresher. Hope that helps you and your office friends. If you're looking for someone like Diane to come and talk to your workplace or your group, you can find her here in San Antonio at the Protocol School of Texas. Take a look at your screen, protocolschooloftexas.com, and be sure you're following Diane on Instagram. She's at Diane Gottsman.